We had a mini bye, but we're back. The Baltimore Ravens head to Pittsburgh to play their AFC North rival on Sunday, November 17th at 1 p.m. Eastern. And on today's episode of Raichele Talks Ravens, we're previewing this Week 11 divisional matchup. Now, this game holds so much weight for me because I live in a house that's divided. Half of my family are Baltimore Ravens fans, and the other half are Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Yeah, I know. But these games are like mini Super Bowls because the team that wins gets to have bragging rights up until that next matchup. We have a little over a month between these two games, and so I need those bragging rights. And so I need the Baltimore Ravens to win this game. But I'm ready. Are you ready? Let's get into it. Sunday's game will be a battle of the AFC North. The Pittsburgh Steelers are currently 7-2, and they sit at the top of the AFC North. They've already had their bye week, and this will be their first divisional matchup of the entire season. The Baltimore Ravens sit at 7-3. They have not had their bye week yet, and they've already played the Cincinnati Bengals twice. They swept them, and they lost to the Cleveland Browns. Russell Wilson is currently the Pittsburgh Steelers' starting quarterback. Justin Fields was benched. And since Wilson has been their starter, the Steelers are 3-0, and they've also been averaging over 30 points per game. Since Wilson has become the starter, George Pickens has been his go-to guy. That's one of the wide receivers for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's coming off of a game against the Commanders where he had 5 catches, 91 yards. He also had a touchdown. The Steelers acquired wide receiver from the Jets, Mike Williams, ahead of the NFL trade deadline. He made his debut against the Commanders. He also had a touchdown. And so, of course, this is going to be my biggest area of concern for the Baltimore Ravens because we all know that the Ravens' pass defense is what? The worst in the league. They're giving up nearly 300 yards per game, and so that's just very disappointing, very frustrating. And so it's going to be interesting to see how they come out and match up against these wide receivers for the Steelers. Kyle Hamilton did return to practice on Thursday afternoon, and so that's a good sign. He was dealing with that ankle injury. I know that we were all like questionable of his game status, and so we still don't know, but that's a good step in the right direction. Hopefully he'll be good to go on Sunday against the Steelers, and I don't know if he's going to be his 100% self, but we really need him. The Steelers running backs are Jaylen Warren, and they also have Najee Harris. Najee Harris is dealing with an ankle injury. He did return to practice, though, this week, and so he might be good to go on Sunday against the Commanders. He had 21 carries, which is tied for a career high for him. He also had 53 yards, and he also had a touchdown. Now let's flip over to the Steelers defense. Lamar Jackson has not been his best self going up against Pittsburgh in his career. He's 1-3 against the Steelers. In those 4 games that he started against Pittsburgh, he completed only 58% of his passes. He threw 4 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. A potential X factor for the Steelers is TJ Watt. He's currently tied for first in forced fumbles, and he'll likely be going one-on-one against rookie right tackle Roger Rosengarten. And so this is easily a mismatch. If that happens, he will more than likely wreck this game. And so hopefully the Baltimore Ravens are game planning to double team TJ Watt. In this game, the offensive line needs to make sure that they're focusing on limiting penalties and protecting Lamar Jackson from the Steelers' pass rush. The Steelers also have linebacker Patrick Queen, who was previously with the Baltimore Ravens, but he signed with the Steelers this offseason. He's coming off of his best performance with the Steelers this season. They have Cam Hayward, who had a dominant performance against the Commanders, 2 sacks. He also had pass deflection, and he also had 2 tackles for loss. They have Minkah Fitzpatrick, who is 3-time All-Pro, but he hasn't had an interception in 20 games. And they also have safety Deshaun Elliott, who is an impact player on this defense. Steelers linebacker Alex Highsmith has already been ruled out for Sunday's action, dealing with an ankle injury. The Steelers' pass defense is ranked number 19th. They are not good at covering tight ends, and so this could be an area where the Baltimore Ravens thrive because we have some really good tight ends. This is a game that I'm pretty sure is going to be won in the trenches on both sides. This is a game where I need Lamar Jackson to show up and to show out. No turnovers, no silly mistakes, regardless of what he's done in the past against this team. I need him to ball out like the MVP candidate that he's been playing like so far this season, beating them with his arm, beating them with his legs. I need Derrick Henry to run all over this Steelers defense. I need Justin Tucker to be accurate. Every point matters. The Pittsburgh Steelers are on a 4-game winning streak. Will the Baltimore Ravens be able to snap that winning streak? But I want to know your score predictions. I want to know your thoughts. Drop it all in the comments below. Until next time.